Well, first of all, thank you, Eva, for your introduction, and please join me once again to thank this incredible woman for the work she has done in leading our organization with such vigor and integrity for the past 3 years. Thank you, Eva. And allow me to thank also the Governing Council, the Management Committee, the General Assembly, you all as members for the confidence. I'm tremendously inspired and honored, deeply honored, to have been chosen as chair for the next 3 years at EFC. EFC has been championing philanthropy in Europe and beyond for the past 25 years. Unconstrained by voters and direct shareholders, we act on what motivates us. We know we can act faster, being more innovative, and take greater risk. This is all about us. It's a statistic we all know, and we also heard from our friend Amital from India. The top 100 wealthiest people in the world control as much as the 50%, the bottom 50% of the population put together. And if you think that even 2,000 years ago, Plutarch, the philosopher, used to tell that the increasing gap between the rich and the poor is the most fatal and oldest ailment of any republics. He used the words republics. It's not a case. Well, I think that we haven't gone too far. We probably, I suppose, we don't have the top 100 wealthiest people in the world in this room, but we have something better, I think. We have hundreds of people who represents 200 members and even more if you consider our friends from our organization and other organizations. From 40 countries, not only Europe, our friends from the US and other countries. So I really think we have something better because we believe altogether that the world's wealth should benefit anyone. And our sole purpose is to create value for all. So I think this is extremely important as a mission. But also thinking about the reflection coming from this extraordinary conference and the reflection important about solidarity, courage, democracy. I think that now the question that I'm hearing coming also from you is, what's our role as philanthropic European organization in a world where terror, instability, seems to take over as a new order? Well, I cannot emphasize more how important our job is every day, and our sector flourishes because it exists in a free democratic society. It can only exist in a free democratic society. I don't have to remind you of the challenges about democracy, liberal space, civil society that we have been experiencing the past year. In the last year alone, and also in the last days, unfortunately, Europe, have seen a lot of events that have greatly divided opinion and also challenge our notion of democracy and tolerance. Thinking about the US elections, but also about the Brexit, the result of the referendum that shocked many, not least the British people, and also the Dutch and French election that we waited with bated breath as a kind of last call, let me use these words, of the European project as we know it. But politics, we know, is also, an important expression of society, and society is our main interest as a community. And I think that all of us can agree that the way this development will turn will also affect the way we act in society as philanthropists and as EFC as a whole. So if I look around me, I'm worried, and you know that you are also worried, but I'm not oppressed, I'm optimistic. Just recently, the EFC spoke out to support the Central European University, as you know, and other NGOs who are struggling to keep their right to operate. We used our voice as a sector. It was a success. Jerry, we talk a lot about that, a wonderful experiment. We spoke out, and I think we need to speak out louder in the future. I also read the news today from the Bloomberg Philanthropy, who announced that they are making up a fund of 15 million to support the climate change. 15 million is just the amount of money, the US administration withdrew from the UN to support the climate change. The message of the Bloomberg Philanthropy today was, American people are not walking away from climate change. So the sector is alive, is kicking more and more, and this is extremely important, and we have to remind that. There's still a lot to do, I think, when it comes to talk with one voice, especially to the world outside EU institutions, but also at national level. And this starts, I think, from our building in Brussels, talking to our neighbor organization, working more closely with the EVPA, with Daphne, with NEF, all our neighbors and friend organization. So I'm really convinced that looking around me, I feel really inspired. The sector has reached a different level, a higher level of maturity, and we must be aware of it. And I know we must all aware of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, and friends above all, I'm optimistic because I know and I believe, as you, that community and countries have grown more when social and solidarity has been stronger. And doesn't mean that the differences were all eliminated in the past. This is frankly probably too much. But it means that individuals have been provided with tools, skills, hopes, confidence in the future to overcome them. So I think this is our role and this is our important mission in the society. And I know that we can never forget that. My role, I think, for the next 3 years is to take with me the experience of our annual conference, all our people coming together, speaking in one, and put it in everything we do, every day, as an organization, together with the whole sector, every day. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now I have my first, and I have to forget, first announcement, practical, to do. The next conference and AGA will be held in Brussels in the week of May 28th. More than a conference, it is a philanthropy week. We decided, and we want to call it like this. Starting to work closely with all the organization of the sector. This is an important message for all the sector and all the philanthropic world. And I think it's also very important to be in Brussels this time to show that we are European. We believe in the European project also with other friends coming from other countries and other parts of the world, as I told our US friends and other countries. And so it's really important to be there. So see you in Brussels next May. Thank you so much.